Good morning, guys. I'm so sorry that I'm not there. I was not planning on missing this morning, but unfortunately, I have to have some emergency dental work done, which is no fun. But I'm going to walk you guys through what you're supposed to do today. So the first thing is, if you haven't done it already, you're going to do your writing bingo. You can type directly on the Google Doc. And then the next thing is, we are going to walk through the introduction for our new unit, which is Module 8. So I'm going to share my screen. We're going to go through it together. It's pretty brief, and then tomorrow you will start reading your story. Tomorrow I won't be here, but that was planned. I'll be with my family in Austin for something pretty special. And I can't wait to share pictures with you guys and tell you all about it. So I'm going to share my screen, and here we go. All right. Hold on. Okay, so if you go into Google Classroom and you click on today's date, Module 8, A New Home, it's going to take you, it'll give you kind of a rundown of what we're going to do, but it will also have a link there for you to sign on to HMH, and it's going to take you to the exact page that I need you on. So you can either follow along or just watch my screen. It'll be just fine either way. So here we go. A new home, this is our new module. Their quote says, "There could be no place in the world to which he belonged so completely. That was why he'd always dreamed of leaving and why he'd always been so afraid to go." Daniel Alarcon. All right, let's keep going. So our essential question for this unit is, how do people adapt to new experiences and make a new place home? How do people adapt to new experiences and make a new place home? So have any of you, I just want you to think to yourself, have you ever had to move somewhere? Have you ever had to start school somewhere else? Have you ever had to make new friends? How do people adapt? Or do you know somebody that's had to do that? How do people adapt and change to make a new place their home? Okay, I'm gonna play this video for you. Here we go.
Monday, worst day of my life. We are leaving the only home I have ever known. How can this be happening? I miss my best friend already. The moving truck is carrying our stuff, but there wasn't room for my old toys from when I was little. I will probably never have friends or fun again. Tuesday, second worst day of my life. Our new town is gray and cold, and there is no ocean. We live on the third floor, and all I can see is snow. My dad says I have to start school tomorrow, even though we didn't finish unpacking. I'm like a nomadic hunter looking for something warm to wear. How do people live here? Wednesday, not so bad. One kid from school, Zach, lives across the hall, and his mom gave us a ride home. My dad said I can invite him over for dinner when the furniture comes. Zach's mom says this weather is temporary, but it feels like it will be cold forever. Zach wears the weirdest things to stay warm. Thursday. I can't believe this. No one at my new school knows how to surf. I told them everyone at my old school surfs every day. One kid said she never even saw a surfboard before. What do these people do for fun? Friday. Best day yet. I brought my surfboard to show my class. They had so many questions. They wanted to know how to paddle and stand and balance. I ended up presenting a whole monologue about surfing. Zach said it seems a lot like snowboarding. His mom is taking us snowboarding this weekend so I can see what it's like. I can't wait. If you could move anywhere in the world, where'd you move to?
Okay, so based on that video, obviously the little girl is having some trouble because I think a lot of times change is hard. Can you make any connections? Any connections to that video? Any book that we've read, a story that we've read, or even a movie that you might have seen? Make some sort of a connection. All right, we're going to keep going. You might have heard some interesting words in that video, so we're going to go over them together. So first, I'm just going to read the words over here, then we'll talk about what they mean. So the first word is nomadic, nomadic. The next word is temporary, temporary. Then we have voice and monologue, monologue. That one's kind of funny at the end, but you pronounce it monologue. So let's talk about nomadic. A nomadic person moves frequently and might not have a permanent home. So the example there is, my aunt loves the nomadic life. So she moves to a new place every few months. Nomadic, a lot of times, like Native Americans, when we study Native Americans, we talk about how some of them are nomadic. They pack up and move quite often to follow whatever animal they might hunt. Nomadic could be some animals. Doesn't always have to be a person, but nomadic means to move frequently. And then temporary, this one is probably the most familiar to you. Temporary means something lasts for a limited time. So the example is, this tent is our temporary home while we are camping. So is there anything else that you can think of that is temporary? My example, my thought is the snow cone stand in town. It's temporary. It's not up all the time. It's just in the spring and summertime that we have Sweet Crown snow cones available. All right, and then we have voice. Voice, an author's voice is that writer's style of expression. So sometimes in fourth grade, you might have heard your teacher say, oh, you need voice. It's your own personal style. The example says, this author writes about moving to a new country in a voice that is very humorous. So sometimes some authors can have a good sense of humor. I think the little girl in the video, her attitude kind of reflects in her voice that, especially in the beginning, she was not thrilled. She was kind of pessimistic. And then she kind of had a change of heart, it seemed like, and she was more curious about what her new town had to offer. And the last word, that funny word, monologue. A monologue is a long, uninterrupted speech. The audience listened carefully to the speaker's monologue. A long, interrupted speech. So the example she gave in the video was that she gave a whole monologue about surfing and how to paddle and how to stand up and how to balance, things like that. So in your book, we can do this when I get back, but you have your knowledge map to just brainstorm some synonyms about for each of these vocabulary words. I was going to have you do this, but I'm not going to have you worry about it right now. Just make sure that you have a good understanding of those words. So if you need to go back and rewatch me go over them, that is totally fine. All right. Okay, we're going to skip this knowledge map for right now. All right, so here is our short read for today. I'm not going to read it to you, but I would like for you guys as a class to read together and go over the vocabulary words again. And if you choose to do it on your Chromebook, you can also click on it and it will give you the definitions. Or if you choose to get out your books from the cabinet, that's fine too. You can just go over it together, and then we will be done with this for today. And tomorrow we'll start on our story. So, hold on. Okay. So that is just our quick introduction to our module. We'll start our story, like I said, tomorrow. And then for the rest of your time in my class, you guys are going to finish all of the other assignments that I have for you in Google Classroom. Again, I hope that your behavior is nothing less than wonderful today. I know it will be. I miss you guys already. I will see you Wednesday, and I hope that you enjoy your day. Happy Monday.